a minute. No, I know what a stein is, and it's very useful.
Yeah. You know what else is useful? This introduction. Welcome to Why We Weren't Recording. Today we're talking about Frankenstein, the movie that came out
It's
on Netflix a couple of weeks ago.
pronounced Frankenstein. And
Yeah.
no, we're not talking about that one.
So, I mean, it just kind of makes sense. If you name your guy Frank of the Stein, like, what do you think is going to happen when he starts playing mad scientist? Like,
You'd think he'd be a lot more drunk and unable to do it, but apparently not.
Was there a reason he was always drinking milk?
Because it's
Yeah.
good
Is that
for your
something from the
bones.
book?
It's good for you.
I doubt
I mean-
it's from the book, but like the trivia talked about it being like a maternal thing, I think, So,
Yeah, I think I
It's
actually
good.
saw that interview with Del
It-
Toro. It's like he doesn't do drugs; he's just doing mother's milk, quote unquote.
It's Homelander, the Homelander thing. So,
Mm.
Oh,
yeah.
ugh.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but
It wasn't like
drinking.
breast milk, I guess.
I was going to
but,
say he's drinking it out of
but-
a glass from an animal. That's a little.
Yeah. Okay, so it's like one step removed Homelander's thing, but it's basically the same hang up, right? So you're welcome.
I suppose.
This is why we read the trivia, kids.
I am reading the trivia. I haven't gotten to the point of explaining the milk, but okay.
You
You're
could
welcome.
have just Control F milk. You would have gotten there.
True. True story. So this is very exciting. Did you
Is it?
guys love it or hate it? Or do you know what any other characters in it that aren't named Frank? I mean,
I
just
loved it.
anything.
It was
Yeah?
the greatest
I-
Frankenstein
I-
I've never seen.
Because you've
I
never seen it.
I really enjoyed it. The pacing was a little off at times. Like we got a little bit too much slow stuff at the beginning, middle, kind of, and then the last part felt rushed. But overall, I thought it was really good.
Well, it's
I
'cause
was
we had seen
disappointed
the
it
last
wasn't
part
Van
already, but
Helsing,
then-
and so I admit that that's my problem.
Everyone's
What?
disappointed that it's not
What
Van
is
Helsing.
like every time there's a movie in this like era kind of thing? It's like it wasn't Van Helsing. She just
Well, it's
that's
all
her
that. I
takeaway.
mean, it's all. It's
It's
the
just-
big three, right? The Wolfman, Dracula, and Frankenstein. You can relate all those back to Van Helsing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Is
if you
Van
ever watch the
Helsing in
classics-
Frankenstein?
Yeah.
no.
Wait. No, you're Ben.
Oh,
Van
okay.
Helsing is he
Dracula.
created Van Helsing. Shut up.
He created Van Helsing? Because you're gonna
No.
have to explain that for me too.
In the beginning of Van Helsing, Frankenstein was there. He created the monster. The monster was important for the rest of the movie.
Yeah,
That's all.
Okay.
And then it just proceeded to have a
Well-
stroke. So don't overthink it.
Never.
Brave of you to do on camera, but okay.
Well, now, so was this movie longer than the Robert De Niro, what's his face one from the 90s? Or was it? Because I remember that
Probably.
one being kind of a slog, or at least that's what people. I haven't seen it in a very long time.
This one's
I
more than
don't know
2
this
hours.
Robert
So
De
that
Niro
probably.
thing you're talking about, but
Yeah, it
this
was
one's 2 hours,
Robert De
30
Niro
minutes.
and Kenneth. Robert De Niro was the creature, and I think Kenneth Branagh was Victor Frankenstein. That was like the most recent adaptation before this one, or the
I
most
didn't know
recent
that that was
well-known
even
one.
a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because that one was supposed to be closer to the book too, if I'm remembering correctly.
That one was only a running time of 123 minutes.
I mean it's still 2 hours. So
Because I remember, because that was the one where they're pursuing him through the ice and all this stuff, and so that was always the one that was considered the more faithful adaptation, obviously compared to Karloff's, which is the most famous one, but kind of like Dracula is not really book accurate.
I mean,
I
to
feel
be
like
fair,
a lot of movies don't get Dracula right. So and I don't mean like all the hammy ones, because
Well, I
obviously
was going to say, if you ask Christopher Lee, none of them have done it correct, like to the book, the way it's
Right.
supposed to be, quote unquote.
Mhm.
So, and he would know. You would think.
Christopher Lee. I mean, what hasn't the man done? He knows everything.
lived forever. So
You don't know that. You're just assuming based on the laws of nature and physics and all those other things.
And like
And
the
if
obituary.
If
that was posted
anyone's
when he
gonna
died.
break it, it's Christopher.
I mean, I agree. So, like, if let's just put it this way, currently in my worldview, unfortunately, he's not alive, and this makes me very sad. But if I run into him on the street later, I won't be surprised that he's alive. I'll be surprised he's in Salt Lake City. So
That would have been the case even when he was actually.
I mean, to be fair,
that's what I'm
where
saying,
would be-
right? The greater shock wouldn't be that it's like, oh my God, you're alive. That wouldn't be what I'd say. I'd be like, what the hell are you doing in Salt Lake City? Like, I mean, obviously, though, I shouldn't be surprised he's in Salt Lake because could you think of a less likely place to run into?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, well, could you think of a less likely? I think it's quite. That's perfect place to hide.
Right. So
Maybe
he's in
Montana.
Park City right now. Then, so
Isn't that basically the same thing?
What, Montana and Salt Lake City? No, they're not the same.
Yeah.
yeah, no, yeah.
There's a
I
lot
know
more Mormons in
you-
one of them than the other.
Yeah, for you European types, they're like really close together, but no. So
You know, it's like you're the same as Norway, but you're not apparently.
right, yeah.
Right. That is true. We're not the same.
So, favorite moments or, anything? Anybody who read the book have like stark criticisms other than like maybe the pacing? Because it's like, it's an old book. It's just like,
Yes, I have many,
so.
and I will divulge them at another time.
And that time will be never. So,
No, because I do want to watch this movie. I have every intention to. It's just
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the heck out of it. It was good. There were some interesting things that, like, I don't know. In the fantasy movie, the most incredible thing I think was the fact that he could just like move the boat that like 20 dudes couldn't dig out of the ice because it's like leverage, and he's standing on the ice that he's breaking the ship out of, and just stuff like that. But otherwise, like the story was, decently engaging. Like, yeah, you've got the whole like middle ground of like, he's like, let me tell you that you're this random captain my entire life story, and then P.S. at the end, I made a monster and then tried to blow him up, and now he's mad about it and chasing me. So
Yeah, the Danish captain asking, what's going on with the thing that just killed 6 of my men? And he's like, okay, I'll tell you the story. It begins with my father. That
Right.
feels like old book stuff.
Yeah, that's an old narrative device, but I guarantee you that this guy who's got his crew on the verge of mutiny because they're starving and freezing is not going to fucking sit there for even 2 hours while this man tells him his entire goddamn life story. But other than that, like,
well, and this is the abridged version.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
I do like the weirdness that the actress played the love interest and his mother.
Again, hang up. Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
so
yeah.
I was going to mention that too. So yeah, that's a fun tidbit. It's Del Toro, so dark fairy tale energy, right? So you get a lot of that. I liked in the trivia that he was talking about that the energy he wanted Victor to have on screen was more rock star than scientist or anything like that. So it's like, this is what happens when a bard starts playing with science people. Okay, so just watch out for that. But he wasn't even like, I don't know, he didn't strike me as that charismatic, right? He had a rich donor who wanted to live forever, and that rich donor was like, you've given me hope that I could live forever, so I'm going to give you a stupid amount of money.
I don't get what bro's thinking there. Like, if we look at it semi-logically in the universe, he's not going to be able to transplant your brain within the time span of this storm into the thing. It's going to have to be some other time. It can't be right now.
Yeah. He probably wasn't thinking very much at that point. He
did have syphilis. It does eat at your brain untreated. Right. I mean, he was treating it with mercury, but it had progressed too much. And so, yeah, it does crazy things to your brain.
Can't imagine the mercury is going to help the brain a lot, know. Like, it killed the syphilis. It killed everything else in the brain too, so.
I mean, it could slow the progression, but it did not kill syphilis. Only antibiotics could, which is another 100 years out.
Because he was taking mercury in retrograde instead of regular.
If only Victor Frankenstein had been playing with, penicillin instead of fucking lightning. Imagine.
Yeah,
how much better.
He needed some stale bread with his milk, and then he could have cured syphilis.
Right.
No, nobody wants to be the bread guy. Everybody wants to be Zeus. Except the one guy who was the bread guy, and now we have penicillin. Yeah. But what if you shot the penicillin with lightning? That's the
lightning?
sequel.
Is that where bread of
Frankenstein penicillin, dude? Yeah, here we go. That's gonna be it.
It was a completely accidental pun, but now it has to be inflicted on the world. So the sequel isn't going to be Bride of Frankenstein; it's going to be Bread of Frankenstein.
Correct.
So,
Okay.
yeah. It was a Freudian slip, but I was like, oh no, that's too perfect. So, yeah.
Do you guys ever see the Tom Cruise The Mummy?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Very
Because apparently-
intentionally did not see that movie.
Well, I say this because apparently the origin of this project was to be paired with The Mummy as part of the Dark Universe thing for Universal Monsters shared universe. That's when this whole
Maybe
project got
originally.
started. Yeah, that's what but Guillermo del Toro attached to it. I mean, it's got such a I don't know. I'd be curious to see where
Dracula was attached to that whole universe too. That never happened. The
true.
one from
all
14.
all of the MGM monster movies.
Yeah,
including
Dracula
the
Untold
from the
was
Black
like the first one,
Lagoon.
I think, and then the Mummy.
Yeah.
I just am thinking of it because this and that seems to have completely opposite reputations. This movie is very enjoyable. It's got some great visuals. It's got some great execution, some phenomenal acting. I'm not sure about its book accuracy, but I love the way it was told. I love its focus and its attention to theming. It's just a very, very satisfying film to watch on Netflix, I should say. So
Are you getting
and
money
now
from
owns
them or
both
something?
those.
What was it, that product placement?
no, it's just a good movie.
Why are you not sharing with us? Like, what the fuck?
Sharing what?
The
Your
money you're
kickback.
getting from Netflix.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No. No money shared from Netflix. Worry not.
I was going to say, they don't have any more money. They just spent it all getting Warner Brothers. So they have no
What
more
a
money.
freaking wild purchase that is. Like, yeah, I probably have like some interesting just little trivia nuggets out of that, and I'm like, wild, So I and a buddy, like I interviewed for like an IT position there, and another buddy wound up, I think, with that same IT position, and just kind of wild to think some of the stuff they've been dealing with the last couple of years, and then now all of a sudden Netflix is going to purchase them because, like, I feel like there's been rumor and stuff like that they were going to spin off because it's like Warner Brothers Discovery, right? They picked up Discovery and they were going to spin Discovery back off or something like that. And then, Netflix just shows up. Oh, by the way, we bought it. So,
I am very scared for Netflix's penchant for just canceling things about that whole Harry Potter TV show that was going to be all seasons. It's going to be each season's going to be a book that they were working on over at HBO/WB. I'm very scared for that because I was really looking forward to it.
Oh shit!
I should have been scared for that for other reasons anyway, but not this topic. Shouldn't have.
Right.
It could be.
I didn't even think about the fact that like Warner Brothers and HBO are tight and everything like that. So
HBO is going to be gone. It's going to be Netflix is going to absorb it, right? Like for sure.
Yeah, that will be interesting, but they would be idiots to just get rid of an IP, like with Harry Potter in the works. Like, so
I don't think they're going to get.
They would.
I don't know,
but they've done that idiocy in the past. So.
Like, I'm sorry, which major IP have they dunked on?
I personally still hurt by 1899, but like,
okay,
there are various other things that Netflix has done.
I'm sorry, but like, are we going to be like, oh, they shit the bed with like the live action anime other than like One Piece? Like, because okay, I hear you, and as a fan, I can empathize, but you show me where they took like Star Trek or Star Wars or Harry Potter or Marvel or something and gutted it like that. Or Amazon with Lord of the Rings.
I guess the Marvel TV shows actually kind of got completely mismanaged and canceled by. I don't know if that was Netflix.
I was going to say that wasn't Netflix's fault. That was Marvel's fault.
Yeah, I don't know if that was Netflix's fault specifically, but
well, because Marvel the whole time is like the shows are not canon until they were, So I'm sure that didn't help. But so anyway, Frankenstein. So
what about it?
I think they did an okay job with that. So
Excellent.
yeah, it was fun. So I don't know. I'm trying to think of notable stuff. I have not read the book, so I don't have any any accuracy comparisons or anything like that. But
It's nice to see Argus Filch is still alive.
He
fair.
does plenty of stuff.
Yeah.
He seems to stick to British TV. And
Yeah, he
movies.
does apparently do more things with Guillermo del Toro than I've ever known, because I was just looking around at things and there was a TV show of The Strain that Men had mentioned 2 weeks ago.
Great show, by the way. Well,
Yeah,
ending not so
and
good,
he's
but-
in it. He's like a vampire hunter in his 80s or something.
Yeah, yes.
It's a bit strange.
He kills that role, by the way. He's so good.
Oh, he is. But it's basically vampires, virus, something lands on a plane in New York, and it almost feels like a zombie outbreak. I'm only like 4 episodes in, but he's the one in the know that's trying to tell the authorities of like, you have to kill them, you have to cut off their heads, like beware of the box. And everybody just dismisses him as a old crazy guy until they don't.
Both things.
Well, I mean, I'm sold. So
Yeah.
I really
like
like
The Strain, but now I'm gonna go see this thing. So
I really like the vampires in The Strain. How some are like more like they're basically zombies, right? Like the more lower level ones, but they can be granted intelligence. I like the whole mythos around them. It's pretty cool.
I'm only 4 episodes into like first season, and so everything's very weird. Of just people who.
Oh, did the guy's dick fall off yet?
Yes.
When I saw that the first time, I was like, God damn, bro.
Well, if that's not a selling point, I don't know what is.
right? I mean, 4 seasons. I didn't realize this ran that long.
Neither did I. That sounds exactly like the kind of thing that would have gotten 2 seasons and canceled on Netflix.
Right.
Yeah, but it wasn't on Netflix.
It does
so
feel
that's
like
why I
TV
didn't-
show
it was-
from a distant era. Like it was on FX. It's
I was
clearly
going to
meant
say,
to
I
be.
remember it being on FX, but
It's clearly meant to have been watched week per week, because when I was attempting to binge it before shit got distracting, I kept getting annoyed by the pacing because it was doing more fluff things that they needed to fill time for, and just like, oh, and by the way, do you remember that these people have family problems? I don't care about the family problems. Please get back to the vampires.
yeah, I think it came out around the time when Walking Dead was still popular, and they were probably trying to, get into that vein. I think that's when it came out. But
yeah, but I had never heard of it before.
How that show came about is pretty funny. How Guillermo wrote it as like a TV movie thing, and I think TV show. Nobody wanted to pick it up, so he converted it to a book series, and then that got a decent cult following, and then they were like, we want to make a TV show out of it, and then it became a TV show again.
Convenient.
He just makes good shit in general, Guillermo. Like, I'll watch almost anything if he's attached to it. I'll give it a chance. What has he got coming up, actually? Anything interesting? Anyone knows?
Ask him.
Yeah, I'll just call him up. I guess I could call up Lars and then get his number, maybe?
I was going to say, I know he's in the directory somewhere. You can definitely call him up.
Yeah, you guys are neighbors.
Mads
right?
isn't going to pick up your call because he's too famous, but...
Yeah, me and Lars are tight, though.
Yeah, I can believe that. He's
Buried Giant, The Boy in the Iron Box, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark 2, and Fury.
That's getting a second?
He did okay with the first one.
Yeah, it was fine, but I
say
always like that. I mean, I like those stories. I have the books still somewhere.
I did not watch that. I should watch that. Is the first one like...
It's
If he did it, it must be.
Yeah, it's like Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, right? And it's probably a little too much to show your 10-year-old, depending, and not enough to really scare you too much as an adult. So
I mean, because they're all disjointed stories, and then when you're putting them together, it was okay enough for what it was. It ended weirdly, like they're going off to try and break this curse at the source or something. I'm like, okay, I guess you can do that. Go nuts.
There you go.
Did he do the first one, or is he just picking it up? I can't remember.
He did the first one.
Direct it. He didn't direct it, but he was producer and writer. It looks
Then
like.
I'm interested. Like, if he wasn't very involved in the first one, or wasn't involved in the first one, then I'm like, Then I don't think it will be done well.
He's not.
But if
he's not
involved.
directing the second one either. But I think it's got his. You could see his style present.
Yeah, I mean, some of
regardless.
those stories have that kind of vibe where it's like, this is just gross, and you're like,
Right.
not that that's all he's about, but he obviously doesn't shy away from that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he's
No,
got 3. Go ahead.
I don't know if everyone's seen Pan's Labyrinth here. I don't remember.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, years
One of
ago
my
when it came out.
Yeah.
I
I think we
Uh,
had it as
a long time.
homework once.
Which
might
shows
have,
you how much
yeah.
everyone did it.
I mean, I've seen it many times, but like the scene where the commandant like smashes that guy's face, it's brutal.
Mm.
He doesn't shy away. It's just full on the display. So he does not mind being brutal on screen. What were you gonna say, Justin?
I was just going to talk so those were his writer and producer credits. He's directing The Buried Giant Fury and Fantastic Voyage, it looks like. So
Fantastic Voyage. That sounds interesting.
yeah.
It sounds familiar and very generic at the same time. Like I've probably heard of it, whatever it used to be, and
I think about a cartoon that was like
That's-
Sinbad's Fantastic Voyage or something that I watched as a kid, but I don't think it's that.
Mhm.
Yeah, let's see if they've got a synopsis up yet. But I think Fantastic Voyage is usually where they go into the body, right? Yeah. So a scientist with a potential fatal health problem takes a risk on his only chance of survival for 5 of his colleagues to be miniaturized in a ship and injected into his bloodstream. Yeah, that's exactly what I expected. So
it's
and
the
then
Magic School
hopefully-
Bus episode.
or
And
Archer, Yeah. I was like, hopefully it doesn't end up like Archer, but
Yeah.
he would be the right guy to do that. So
It probably will.
I was thinking Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, but they don't get that small.
No, they do not get that small. They just have to deal with giant ants by comparison. And
I suppose there was also the Futurama episode with the.
I was gonna say, yeah,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
a bunch of
Mechanics.
things.
Oh yeah,
There
the
was-
Simpsons episode. There's probably
Osmosis
everything. Is
Jones.
there a Family Guy
That
episode
was
too?
fun.
Actually, probably.
yeah.
Osmosis Jones was way more fun than it had any right to be, and I don't remember much about it. I just remember enjoying it more than I should have.
Yeah, that's probably true. I think they made a second one of that too at some point, or maybe it was one of those TV shows that kind of Disney Channel spun off, like Emperor's New School and stuff like that, where it's like, why are you doing this?
Because people needed something to sit their
Money.
kids in front of.
But that's the thing. It's now like they did it with all the shows that, or all the movies that weren't as popular. Like, you go, the really big ones always got their direct to VHS sequels. But when it came to later times, it was like, so Emperor's New School and the Lilo and Stitch had a TV show. Like all the later ones just got a TV show on Disney Channel instead.
The Lilo and
was their
Stitch TV
direct.
show was actually good.
I think
I
the
will-
real
I will
reason
take
is
no
money laundering.
arguments.
So
Well, you'd think they'd be a little better at it then, but what do I know?
well, the point is to move the money and invisibly. And if your show sucks and even the IRS doesn't want to watch it, then you're just like, we're through,
What are you talking about? They got nothing else to do with the IRS. Of course, they watched every episode of Lilo and Stitch TV show.
Yes.
How
They
did that
do
guy make
have
his
other
money
things
in
to do,
Frankenstein?
literally
Actually,
anything else.
Which guy?
the
Rich.
money guy, the guy who
Yeah.
gave him all
He,
the.
he was a
mean-
lord,
That's funny.
so he made it the same way that most rich people make it. He inherited it from his father.
No, that guy wasn't he like a self-made man? Like he grew up poor or something?
They all tell you that they're self-made men, Andreas. I'm
Yes,
just
but
saying
one of
you
us has
can-
the name of him as our little handle here. So, Ben, why don't you educate us that we don't remember on this movie that we all watched? Minus one.
Which aspect? The whether
How did he
was a
make his
self-made
money?
man?
How did
The-
Harlander make money?
Well, he was an arms merchant, right?
Nice.
He made a big
Okay.
deal about that. He
I
sold.
thought you were going to say he owned a
I mean,
dairy farm, and
so
that's
why he was like,
He was
when
he was
the
a
war
war
is
profiteer.
ending, the
He's a-
money's gonna.
Yeah, he's a war
Uh,
profiteer. That's what happened.
neat.
And the war's about to be
There you
over.
go.
Oh no, that kind of thing.
That's
Oh yeah, you're right. I do remember that line. So
Mm.
well,
but it wasn't
okay.
really. Oh no, it was more like,
yeah.
I saw you flirting with your brother's fiance. But
Well,
also
and
he
I
was about
think
to die.
oh no.
I think also part of the problem with that scene is that it was like that's how they were getting all their body parts, right? And so it's like once the war is over, like
Right.
our raw materials kind of dry up as much as anything. So
Right.
yeah, gotcha.
I don't know. I feel like there's plenty of leftovers. You can, like, it's
I mean,
not
there
really
was
a
also
race
the
against
scene
time.
of walking up to the men that were about to be hanged for crimes unknown, whatever, and
Right.
just like, yeah, put that body in my cart, whatever.
I'll take this one to go, please.
Yeah. Yeah, all that stuff was pretty heinous. So
You know, waste not, want not.
yeah, but the dude was still alive when he was checking him over. That's the gross part.
You know,
Like,
listen. Sometimes you need something to think about before you go to the gallows.
yeah, I have definitely done now in hindsight. Like, I basically did a Victor Frankenstein character for an Eberron campaign where I was like, why can an artificer not just use bodies as raw materials? I didn't make the connection to Frankenstein until just now. Take that for what it's worth. But like the excuse was always going to be like necromancy's not evil. Those are raw materials just as much as mushrooms and trees and literally anything else, right? That's how I was going to get past the party's ick factor and everything. But yeah, at least fucking wait till they're dead. Like Jesus, there's still a soul in there. Gross. So
And what body part is the soul?
all of it, the whole thing. So
It's the lightning.
yeah. When you chop off the arm, it shrinks into the rest of the body until like, you know.
Yeah. So like in the movie, they made a big deal about what's the lymphatic system.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was hoping someone who had read the book could explain that to me. I don't understand the emphasis on the lymphatic system as being the key.
Ooh, can I? I'm going to
Yeah.
take a stab at this having not read the book. So just so we're clear, this is the thinnest of thin. But is it possible that the lymphatic system is much like the galvanic energy that they were talking about, and the fact that they were recent inventions, and that's why they were incorporated into the book? Inventions or discoveries, whichever. But yeah, like so.
The galvanic electricity, like, ooh, it's a new thing.
Mhm.
Like, I completely understand why that became the magic source for everything.
Right.
I'm not solid on how much was understood of the lymphatic system, but it helps with your immune system as being a lot of where of the white blood cells might be and how they get deployed to places where you have an infection or a problem, and also
Mhm.
gets rid of waste from the rest of
Right.
the
It's,
body.
you know, fluid levels and all that. So it's basically your
Yeah.
indoor plumbing, which is kind of
Yeah.
important, I guess, if you're going to reanimate tissue.
I mean, it is crucial to like the living, like sustaining part of life, but maybe
Well, it's
that
probably
was
because you're dealing, I guess, with what would be considered dead parts, and so they're going to be waste already. And so if you can clear that out to the point where it's functioning again, even though the tissue has degraded or whatever, then that would, I guess, be important to keep the meat moving.
I'll accept that.
Interesting choice of words, but yeah. So apparently the lymphatic system was first described by Hippocrates, but they had some really big advancements in the
What a
1700s.
hypocrite.
So yeah. So
As the history major, I'm going to ask Ben this: was it historically accurate, the you know, that whole preserved lymphatic system that he woos Frankenstein with? Was that a thing back then? Was that
The Evelyn tables were a real thing, which is kind
is
of
that
weird.
what they were called? And
Yeah. So it's I was actually just looking it up. There four of them are displayed. I don't think it's of the lymphatic system. I think there's, as far as I can
I think-
tell, they're
I
at
think from what I read, there was four. The fifth one of the lymphatic system was made up.
and then was lost.
Well, it was made. I think it was made up for the movie. I don't know. If
Oh, it was made up for the movie. Oh, I see. Okay,
I think
yeah,
so.
okay. So there's four of them, and apparently
okay.
it really is real human tissue dissected carefully from real human bodies, pasted onto these wooden boards. So,
I mean, I've seen something similar, right, in the museum, but I was just wondering back then if they had the know-how, and especially the lymphatic system, because I feel like that would be very hard to get done. That's why I was wondering if that specific one was real.
The Evelyn tables come from the mid 1600s, so yeah, I'd say that's real and plausible. So
Yeah.
So human nerves, arteries, and veins. I'm trying to figure out if there's like a difference with the fourth one, or they just did it 4 times or something. But
yeah.
Oh,
the first table displays the spinal cord and nerves. The second shows the aorta and the arteries. The third shows the vagus and sympathetic nerves and the veins of the lungs and the liver. The fourth shows the distribution of the veins. That one must have been even harder than the rest.
Right. Yeah, it's so that was apparently was a real thing. That was real weird and creepy, and there's this weird period in medical science when it really did involve paying off undertakers and grave diggers to sell you bodies, and there'd be empty graves in England and other places just so that you could do these crazy dissections.
I do love that, part of English medical history where it's just like they're basically necromancers minus the actual magic part, but they're just running around graveyards stealing bodies and shit. It's like no wonder there were so many good.
I was going to say, if society's going to get up in arms about it, you got to do what you got to do.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't just English. I remember that René Descartes, the philosopher, was also he had done really detailed dissections and drawings of eyeballs. Like they're still very, very accurate. And so it wasn't just English, because I don't think he was in England.
Typical French.
Well, sure. Yeah. Here's a fun fact for you. Did you know that if you took all the arteries in your body and laid them end to end, you would die?
I did know that.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've envisioned doing that to people many times.
Can't believe that would kill you.
I can. I think that checks out medically. So. I believe that Justin's correct in this. I know he's not a scientist or a doctor, but I think that checks out.
If you're a cold-hearted bastard like EG, do you need arteries? Can't you just make do without?
He stores everything in his lymphatic
system. I was going to say again, you need to keep the meat moving. So.
Right. Yeah. True. The meat looks flow.
Yeah. Did you know that if you did a good enough job with the lymphatic system, that you could eat dynamite and still survive?
Yeah. Okay. So this person who hasn't seen the movie, please explain to me why the monster can heal instantly from damage.
Magic.
That's where the lightning comes in.
Right.
Obviously.
The magic lightning.
Yeah.
Listen, lightning was a big cure-all to every. I mean, even
how is it?
Even Tesla was big on it.
Infinite energy, also, right? Like he solved cold fusion
right
there.
Well, yeah, that's what the lymphatic system is important for cold fusion. You combine that with lightning, and you get infinite energy.
That's where we've been fucking this up the whole time. Oh my god.
Yeah, because you can't. That's why people have defibrillators. You can't just go around shooting them with lightning, but you give them a little bit, and it puts them back to normal.
Right.
That's why when you get struck by lightning, it shows, like it's all the veins as part of the injury for a while and all that stuff.
There you go.
It's a really cool tattoo for a while.
Sure. I did tell my kids the one about, CPUs and computers, that it's like, so a CPU is just a piece of silicon that we got really flat and then tricked into thinking by hitting it with lightning. So lightning really is just, magical. So
see, it's just roadkill. For electronics.
We put lightning and rocks, and now they think.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
like
you're here.
For his healing and regenerative stuff, it's like there were some things that it's like I could kind of deal with, like most of his superficial, injuries and whatever. But I think he gets like shot in the eye once at least, and there are a couple of pretty brutal. Right? Well, I know that's what I'm saying, and I'm not even sure Wolverine's healing factor is this strong, right? Where it's like he literally like hugs a stick of dynamite later and then is pissed off that he survived it. And it's like, well, shit, fucking sorry. I didn't expect that turning you into a red mist and you were going to survive. That was not part of my math, you know? So it's...
You're breaking the rules.
Is another lightning strike, right? That would turn him off?
Maybe, yeah. So...
Or it would make him, you know, even more powerful.
Mm.
He could be like Superstein.
Him and Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Is Super
If you
Saiyan
strike me with
Superstein.
lightning, I'll become more powerful than you could.
Yeah, he becomes Super Frankenstein. He just becomes a Super Saiyan,
Yeah.
so he's good now.
I mean, I gotta say, he was plenty angry in the movie. So if he was gonna go Superstein, then it was
No, that's what you need to be angry, but then get hit with the lightning again. He's different. He's not a Saiyan, so he's got.
So it is a two-step process,
right? Yeah.
So first, get big mad, which
Right.
you mostly got covered, and then get hit by lightning,
or fall into a vat of electric eels. You know, either one.
Okay.
I feel like that would have done the trick too, and he probably would have been angry about that as it was happening. So
probably
you got both bases covered. You know what?
He either needs to go to a birthday party and cheese off the host, or sorry, that's too much of a deep cut for you guys. So Lower Decks, go watch it. So my kids have been watching it on repeat.
I really enjoyed Lower Decks' guest episode in Strange New Worlds, but on the other side, I'm also like, it's so frantic in its pacing that I was like, maybe I just won't enjoy it if I try to binge it. It'll just be like too much.
Maybe
if it's like that.
Yeah. The pacing is pretty quick. You know, like I don't think they follow the typical like A, B, and sometimes C plots. I think sometimes there's like a D and an E plot, you know, and it's like, and it's a 20-30 minute episode, you know, it's like, wow, you know, you're really cooking through stuff here. And there's, I mean, like a lot of things that I like, there's a lot of little trivia and nuggets and, you know, little clues, because there's kind of like a big old conspiracy around one of the characters, and they breadcrumb that shit all through the show before you get it figured out. So it's kind of fun. We literally, the kids have watched it probably five times through at this point, and I caught a new little nugget today where it was like, oh yeah, so and so came from this station, and I'm like, wait a minute, I know what that is, and had to explain it to the kids. But it was like, how many times have I seen this episode? So it's fun if you like Star Trek. But and they don't have people that turn into mist and then come back or get struck by lightning.
Well, are they even really a good show then?
I know, right? So that's not true, actually. They do have this one guy, he turned into a red mist and he came back. Yeah.
You lied.
He wasn't even a Frankenstein, though.
You lied on live television. I can't believe this.
I think amended misstatement is better. But...
No, just bald-faced lying.
Lying requires intent, so you need to prove he had the intent of being dishonest.
Look at him.
He seems honest to me.
Well, that's because you're European and you have no idea how to read faces.
No, that's because I'm autistic.
I said European. What's the difference?
Oh, God. Is that why they like trains so much?
Obviously.
Trains are fucking awesome.
Yeah. The whole continent's autistic.
Listen,
Their
the Oriental Express is popular for a reason.
That is a good movie. I'm not helping my case here.
No.
Yeah. What about Train Spotting? How are you with that movie?
That's way too Scottish.
Never watched it.
Way too Scottish. Yeah, I don't think I ever saw Train Spotting either.
Yeah, I don't think I have either. I was just trying to think of a movie with trains in the title. So,
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. That's a great movie. But that's the American version, which is why they had to include the other modes of transport.
Because otherwise it would have been trains, and it would have been like...
Correct. And then it would have been set in Switzerland, up in the Alps.
My favorite one is the one with the guy who plays Kirk in the Star Trek reboot.
Christopher
What's his
Pine.
name? Christopher Pine. Yeah.
Why you gave him a full name? It's beyond me, but okay.
Right.
Is his name Christopher? Unstoppable. it's
Well,
called.
he's always called Chris. Yeah, I'm sure his full name is Christopher, but that is not
Could be Christian.
his billing name. I doubt it.
I'm just saying it could be.
No.
Anyway, there's a runaway train movie with him in it, and
Is it called Runaway Train?
Unstoppable.
Like I said, isn't that just like Speed but on a train? Oh wait, no, I
It's
do
on,
remember seeing that movie.
it's
That was
based
him
on
and
real
Denzel,
story.
wasn't it?
With
I
Denzel.
think
Yeah.
Denzel was in that too. That was like
It felt like an action movie for
2013 or
something that shouldn't have been an action movie. It felt like they made an action movie out of something that was.
Yeah, that was like a real life event,
Just a
right?
thing.
And they turned it into
Yeah,
that.
it was.
Yeah, because he was
Inspired by
a
true
newer train operator or something, and it was running through Pennsylvania like for some
Mhm.
reason, and they had to go and stop it.
And that one lady whose name I can't remember at the moment was in it. That's not helpful.
I think I distinctly remember still like this kind of fat operator running to try and hit the switch before the train goes off, and he doesn't get it, and that's what starts
Yeah.
this movie because the train then just goes shooting down into Pennsylvania all over the place.
So it's got Rosario Dawson in it, which
That's it.
was probably around the time where she was in freaking everything for a while.
Yeah,
And then
this
it's
had
got
to be,
Kevin
like,
Dunn,
2013 or something.
who's the dad from Small
2010.
Soldiers and the
2010.
general from, Godzilla and stuff like that. So
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He always has that
It's-
weird bit part and things.
I
He's
unironically
always
think
one of
it's-
those guys. Quote unquote.
It's a good movie for what it is, right? Like, I think it's a good action. I don't know, action thriller. What do you call that kind of movie? Disaster
guess.
movie, I guess.
Well, it's only a disaster movie if it actually happens. If you're averting it, then-
disaster
No,
action
isn't
and
Armageddon
thriller is
a
what
disaster
IMDb
movie?
says. It says disaster action and thriller on IMDb. So
Then I was spot on, actually.
No, that's
All
that's
three.
lazy. It's not a disaster movie unless there's actually a disaster. I stand by
No, but
this.
Armageddon is a disaster movie.
I got to tell you, I think there's a bunch of 3.0s and less that you would call a disaster because something didn't blow up. So
Maybe,
just saying.
but you have to actually have a disaster. If you avert the disaster, it's not a disaster movie.
Right?
You know what else is a disaster? Us staying on topic is a disaster.
Well,
That is true.
You could have kept us on topic. You're the one who created this monster.
We did not need to dive down into more train movies.
Well, we did because we have a European here, so it was bound to happen eventually.
I mean, if we're trying to pivot back on topic, I'll forcibly do that. Charles Dance was great, as he always is. He's a great,
A delight.
aloof, possibly abusive father.
He does nail the abusive father role. Don't know what that says about him, but he's good at it.
Yeah.
The brother was like, I don't think I've seen him before in anything. Did anyone recognize him?
No, I didn't recognize him.
I recognize almost everyone else of the bigger roles, but not him. Not the Frankenstein either, but I have no idea who he actually is. Honestly, I didn't look up, but he was unrecognizable as a specific actor. That's what I meant. The Family in the Woods. We only recognize the one guy.
Mhm.
Oh, sweet though. I did think when he came back, I was thinking, oh no, look at this, the consequences of my own actions. I left him alone and I know the wolves are there. Maybe I should have waited until the family was back. Which also, I also wondered, why did they just leave him alone there, the family, and then they are mad that something bad happened to him. Not that it was like he did anything; he cared for him, but
the guy wanted to stay. The old guy, he was refusing to leave. I don't remember why he stated that, but he was refusing to leave. He was telling his family to go somewhere else, go to safety. Maybe he was just trying to like look over the property and help it as much as he could.
Look over it, right?
Yeah, but he's an old blind man. I don't know.
That's why it's ironic.
I was wondering if the reason why he was arguing to stay was just because he's like, I'm a too much of a burden on the family. I'm gonna stay here and die, and then
Yeah,
they
that
cannot
too.
feel guilty. Maybe that was the thing.
Or at least it's a possibility of it. And it could also just be that he knew that the monster was out there and wanted to have a conversation with them.
The spirit
mean
of the forest.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
spirit of the forest. So
Yeah.
I also like how he was not busted once running around putting down the poles in the ground or anything. Just like, well, bam! Okay, and the next one and everything. They're like, oh, that's spirit of the forest. We don't know it's the monster.
Yeah, no one heard
better
a
not
thing.
go outside. Yeah.
Listen, just because you're 9 feet tall and really strong doesn't mean you can't walk softly.
I think it's the jamming the poles down thing more
Yeah.
than the walking. No, you just really ram that in there too.
Sometimes you can ram poles softly. Who knows?
Must not make joke.
I was kind of wondering.
Are you being
which
immature?
Was gonna do it? Oh,
Yes,
he absolutely is.
It was definitely an immature joke taking.
And I was so waiting to see which one of you was going to take me up on that. The fact that it turned out to be Andreas is almost pleasantly surprising.
Almost.
Almost. I was kind of hoping it would be you, but because Justin's already run away with like 2 puns this episode, so it had to be somebody else.
I was expecting Justin to say it, so I was giving him space.
Space for the ramming?
I'm a good Christian boy. I don't know what you guys are talking about. So
no, Christopher. We've established this.
Yeah, I'm a good Chris boy.
I'm sure that's somebody's autobiography somewhere.
Of course, his name is Christopher Waltz, right? The actor.
Yes.
Christoph,
yeah. Christoph Waltz. He stole every scene he was in.
He usually does.
Okay. Yeah, he does. What a legend.
Including that one where his hat came off.
Mm-hmm.
The Danish was impeccable. I can say that's.
I'll take your word for it.
Then it must be true.
Yeah. I don't know what else I have to say. I'm drawing a blank here. I like the movie. I think the pacing was a little offset. That it was 3 weeks ago. I don't remember every single detail anymore.
Well, why didn't you watch it again?
I had other things to watch. I didn't want to.
You have to watch it twice, since I didn't even watch it once.
You didn't watch it once.
That's what I'm saying. So you had to watch it twice for the both of us.
Maybe if you treated me with some modicum of respect and courtesy, and not just get my country wrong all the time.
Why do you think you deserve special treatment?
Because you want me to do work for you.
Right. Which you should, as the European and the lesser of us.
Oh, geez.
But
we're not with him.
Europe is the progenitor of everybody over there, like, or at least the vast majority.
Yeah, including 9 foot tall body monsters.
I think China, Ethiopia, a couple other places would like a
I was going to say
word in that
Africa.
statement,
I mean, let's be really clear.
Europeans settled what is now modern America, right? Can we agree on that?
Okay, so you're like,
they did.
America's dad, great, but when we threw you guys out 200 years ago, then
not even him. He wasn't even a Hessian because those were Germans.
Okay, so you're America's uncle,
right,
and you weren't even
Germans.
the cool uncle that helped us fight our real dad. So
You had your trading company
So-
taken over by England. It used to be the Dutch East India Company, and then it was just English.
I'm not Dutch.
Oh, jeez.
Is that less or more offensive than being Swedish and Norwegian?
More.
Not. Is it more? Okay, good. Now I know to go with that from future.
At least geographically and culturally, I am closer to Swedes and Norwegians than I am to Dutch people.
I don't know. If anybody here was going to wear clogs, I feel like it would be.
Though people, funnily enough, Danes and Dutch, we get mixed up like a lot more than you
imagine
like,
why.
and actually Norwegians and Swedes and Danes for some reason.
Well, I don't know if it's for some reason, because like I have this problem all the time, right? Dutch come from the Netherlands, right?
Yes.
And then Denmark and Danes, right? And it's like you'd think that one is fine, but when people are like, "Ah, yes, the Dutch, they come from the country with the D in it," right? You know, and all of a sudden, boom, a confusion is made. So, you know. So yeah.
Fucking amerikansk public folkeskole education bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so the
We're
trick
far
is
enough in. I can swear.
we gotta defund all the education, so that never gets better.
Right. Why?
I mean, the
invest
fact
in
that either the
education?
Dutch or the Danes would be mentioned at all would have been a boon. Getting them confused after that is
Listen,
just like you have to take what you can
you-
get.
You cannot dismantle democracy if you have an educated populace, right? So you need to dismantle the education first.
Watch me.
Yeah. I think America is very much in hold my beer territory right now, so, you know, just
Oh,
if
you
they have
guys thought
spines,
that
this
was
wouldn't be
bad.
an
Let
issue.
me show you.
right.
I was
America.
going to say our
2020.
education
It-
is not exactly
it
the one
turns
I'd be
out-
looking towards anyway.
It turns out that we're better than everybody at everything, including being fascists. So, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
No one said we couldn't be. American exceptionalism knows no bounds.
You'll be the best at everything, including destroying yourselves,
True.
taking us down with you.
Well, that's what makes us the best, is because we're not just going to destroy ourselves. We're going to destroy everyone and everything. Except maybe Togo. I think that'll probably survive for some reason. Because I like the idea of that.
Because it tickles you.
I would like my Togo to go.
I'm not sure what a Togo is, but I like the wordplay.
I'm not following this one either, so I was just gonna wait
I
till
think
we.
this is EG's version of autism.
Yeah, I was gonna wait until we autism to the next topic for sure. So
Oh, you can lead us. We got 7 minutes that we got to fill.
I mean, the only thing I had to add was that I really hope that we don't blow up the world, because that's where I keep all my stuff. So
Yeah.
Go to space. What are you complaining about?
yeah, there's a lot of it, but
Exactly.
think-
This is enough space for all your stuff.
Well,
bye. Speaking of blowing up, so the East Coast is just evaporated.
That was it. It's starting.
Yeah.
Was it Russia?
I mean, who else? Like,
China.
never
Could be.
mind. I'm gonna cancel
India.
myself if I continue. So yeah, India's gonna nuke their boyfriend. Like, come on. So
Speaking of that and movies, there was a movie I watched not that long ago about that.
oh, thank God.
A House of Dynamite. You guys should watch that. It was really good.
That's the name of the movie, A House of Dynamite?
Yes.
Yeah, that's.
Is there any dynamite in it?
No.
No.
I'm not watching this movie. Yeah, see,
Okay.
it's already
No,
been oversold.
Yeah, I was going to
You
say
should
it's
watch it.
about. It's basically like a false nuclear strike type movie. You know, like what
Ah.
the response within the half an hour of it.
You follow a lot of different people in the chain of what happens when a nuclear strike comes in.
Yeah.
And basically, it's more about. Yeah, you don't actually ever see the nuclear strike land, but you.
So not a disaster movie, just to be clear.
It's I'm not gonna
topical
argue
and
with your
relevant.
Yeah, I had a vague interest in seeing that, but
I watched it. It was very good. Very, very, very solid acting in that one. It's like there's not really much to it. It's all character acting, and it's really good. Like there's not much like fanfare or special effects or anything. It's just solid actors delivering really well. It was really good.
Idris Elba's the president. You should have led with that. Come on.
this is for you to find out and get excited all over again.
Then
Jerry
afterwards,
Harris
you
is
can
in it.
watch the alternate timeline where he's the prime minister for the UK and John Cena's the president,
Right.
which was also a pretty good movie, but a very different one.
And Lady Jessica. I knew I recognized her face, but I didn't associate her with Dune. So, you know.
It is unironically,
fine.
it's a gut punch movie, right? It's kind of like you remember The Hunt that got you guys to watch. It's kind of like that.
I have to imagine it's.
I still haven't watched The Hunt. So you have
You should.
failed. So,
It was
You
good.
should. It's really, really good.
It has the better Mickelson in
It
it.
is but it is like a gut punch movie again. Like it's not I feel happy afterwards. Kind of like what was it? The one where nobody has kids anymore.
The children.
Oh,
of
Children
Men.
of Men. Yeah.
Children of
Yeah.
Men. Yeah.
I was gonna say I didn't feel happy after that movie.
was. I know, right? I was like, I don't think that's that Book of Eli aren't like, oh yes, I need a good comfort movie. I'll go throw those things on. So
They reveal got me good in the Book of Eli the first time at the end.
yeah. No, I enjoy that movie a lot. So but.
Yeah.
Well, we did a good job. We talked about everything except for Frankenstein. So
We also talked about
Victor or the
Frankenstein. Nobody had anything to add, I guess.
No.
But if you have something to add, like some dollars to us, you can go to patreon.com/brokenjars. Then you get access to our Discord. You can also go to brokenjars.xyz. You can subscribe, you can like and leave a comment here on YouTube. That helps a lot with the algorithm. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have. That's the outro. We still have some minutes to fill if we're staying to the hour. So how was your guys' week?
It was on the upswing, and then that happened. So
It's been terrible. Thanks for asking. So
Yeah, same.
wow.
I feel like all the drama that got bottled up from being off last week got saved, and so it was like 2 weeks in one, and it's like, oh God, no, stop it. So
Too much.
Yeah,
I lived
going
though.
back to a
Spoilers.
full week after having a short week is always rough.
Yep.
I wouldn't know. The only time
Is it
I have a week
always-
off is when I take it off.
It's always a short week for you.
Yeah, because all the weeks blend together. As far as I'm concerned, it's still March.
You're not too far off from that being a true statement again. So
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just been March. You've ignored the whole time change and everything twice.
Yeah.
Now the clocks
what
are
do you
correct again.
Yeah.
what he didn't say is like he feels like it's still March 2020. Like we went into lockdown, and that was the last time EG's seen the light of day. So
Well, to be fair, I tried not to get out into the light that much even before that, if I could help it. Outside's annoying. Inside is more manageable.
Truest words never spoken.
I know. Well, I was going to say, if anybody here would be a shut-in.
it's gonna be you.
No, I still don't take the cake compared to the director.
Sure.
She's just waiting for the, what was that stupid movie? The Oasis, the pop culture movie. Why am I blanking on that name?
What?
Ready Player
One
One.
on this one.
Oh God,
Oh,
no.
geez.
Why would we watch Ready Player One?
No, he's talking about. So
Why would
the
anyone watch
tie-in-
Ready Player One?
the tie-in there to explain it for you is that he was accusing her of waiting for the full body VR suit so that she could just like lay around and disappear to the digital world, where it's the 1980s for some reason. And for some reason is because the author is the right age where the nostalgia hits just right, so that we can make all these movies about video games that almost nobody's ever seen or played. So,
well, to be fair, the Oasis itself wasn't just the 80s, but every reference on it was, except all the ones that weren't. I wouldn't want to go into that.
Yeah, no.
I don't like video games that much to begin with, let alone living in one.
yeah, I mean, I think if it was like holodeck worthy, you might have some, some concerns or something. But
Then you'd
like,
never leave the house.
I
just saw
but it's
the
like Second Life, then forget about it. So
I just saw the beta test of the holodeck on Strange New Worlds. That was a good episode.
Okay.
I don't remember this, and it's probably going to annoy me if I did. So I'll just
No, it was
the
literally
holodeck wasn't invented until the Binars installed it on the Enterprise D. So get it straight.
All right. Shutting it down before he.
I was going to say, you could turn off the episode, but that doesn't mean he's not going to do this anyway.
Yeah, no.
I'm going to be yelling
spare
at the
the
blank
listeners.
screen
Strange
here.
New Worlds is canon, and it happened. So
No, it didn't.
I mean, you notice that it's been a low energy episode up until someone says something wrong about Star Trek.
Correct. Well, all he needs to do now is tell
for
me.
example, Janeway is the best captain.
true.
No!
I was gonna. Okay, so
Boy,
Ben
he's
managed to
also-
piss himself
that's the
off in
Trek show.
confusion.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull
Anyway,
a Tom
if you want to
Hardy
hear
in.
more about this,
That's
you can
me.
tune in 2 weeks when we do Why We Weren't